Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino, Tuesday, January 21st, 2025 pre-market report. And here we go, people. Let's talk. Are you watching what's happening right now to the 10-year yield? It is dropping. Bond yields around the world are dropping as central banks they continue to buy it all. Here in the United States, the U.S. 10-year yield has now dropped to 4.58. The dollar on a relative strength basis is pretty much falling to the floor. You got the MMRI sitting at 309.6. I believe, and I am certain that most of you do as well, we are about to enter a new era of easy money by central banks. A new era. They're going to do things you're not going to believe moving forward, honestly. And this has nothing to do with, the new figurehead sitting behind the Resolute desk, although I believe obviously that Trump is going to make good on his promise that you're going to get lower rates. He can't do that, but he can certainly work with the Federal Reserve to allow this to happen. I believe, and let's see if I'm wrong. Save this video to your computer. We're going to get at least four, and this is on the low end, rate cuts, maybe at least four rate cuts from the Federal Reserve moving forward. And it could be a lot more than that, depending on where the economy goes. These could be large. I sincerely believe that not just here in the United States, but we're going to see a mechanism here of massively suppressed rates, central banks colluding with world leaders, and maybe even negative rates moving forward. Again, the world economy, it's just over here, and it's contracting faster as debt is ballooning, and that's another part of it. Wait till you see what's going to happen to debts and deficits here in the United States. It's out of control. So anyway, this is what we got going on. Feds in here buying, central banks buying lots of debt. Imagine our shock. These are stock futures on the back of what's happening here with regard to the debt market, higher. You got gold and silver mixed this morning. Nothing major going on here. You got Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies doing very well. Bitcoin well over 100,000. We did hit 109,000 a couple of days ago. I'm going to wave around a little bit. Now, this is going to come as no surprise to anyone here. A couple of other things going on. So just read this. So Bank of America CEO says financial industry will jump into crypto payments if regulators allow it. If they allow it. What do we know is happening here? Here we go. Let's talk about this. Trump deregulation will unleash Goldman's risk appetite. Now let's talk about this here. So Wall Street banks share a positive outlook on the year ahead, anticipating a positive environment for trading due to expected regulatory relaxation in Trump's second term. So what I'm telling you here is they're all ready for this. This has been set up prior to the selection. We're going to get a whole new set of rules, a whole new dynamic, and clearly, look, they got to make you comfortable with cryptocurrencies here. The bridge to the new system is rapidly being built. And a big part of this, as you know, we've been talking about this for months, deregulation of the banks, merging this with cryptocurrency, and the major Wall Street institutions are foaming at the mouth over the prospect here. Of course, deregulation is a free-for-all for these institutions. And who's going to end up paying for it? You are, and you know that's true. Anyway, I get a couple of other interesting things going on here. So Trump did lift the ban on 2,000-pound bombs being supplied to Israel by the United States. This was one of his first important acts, of course, as being the new president. So lift the pause on 2,000-pound bombs going to Israel. Trump lifts sanction on Israeli settlers in West Bank. I'm sure this is what you all wanted. And then he goes on to say that Trump says he is not confident that the ceasefire is going to hold as he removes settler sanctions and, of course, approves the use and shipment of U.S. 2,000-pound bombs to Israel. Beautiful stuff, isn't it? I'm sure this is making all of you happy and giddy and everything else here. If you think this is not, this is going to stop now because, I don't know, whatever you guys and girls think, you're kind of you're out of touch with reality. Now, with regard to the stock market here, let's talk about a few things. Since we know for a fact that we are going to see massive bank deregulation moving forward, um, we have to do things, people, that we don't want to do, and that means we should be looking for opportunities here. Now, hold that thought. I'm going to sketch a few things out for you right here. Banks, space stocks, and defense stocks. With Trump here, this is what you're going to need to look at. Banks, as I said, defense, space stocks. Now, before you even dream about putting any cash back to work in this market, I want to show you a chart here. This is the S&P 500 over the last few months. This is our December high. We have not retaken it. I personally, okay, you guys and girls do whatever you want here, all right? I will not be putting any more cash in this market until we retake the December high. A few things have to take place. Listen to what I'm saying here, for my Lions especially, okay? We have to not only retake the December high, retake it, we have to pass it, drop down to the December high and hold it. That would be a signal to put cash to work back in the stock market. And again, with Trump here, banks, they're going to be deregulated. In fact, all the regulations may be removed here. Defense stocks, especially those that are making 2,000-pound bombs that are going to be shipped to Israel, as Trump has now lifted Biden-Stein creatures ban. Lovely. Let's all kill each other with 2,000-pound bombs. Sounds great to you? Anyway, so this, it's kind of interesting. Trump lifts the sanctions here on the Israel settlers, and he's now expecting that he's not confident that the ceasefire is going to hold as he removes these sanctions. So these 2,000-pound bombs can be used. Make it up. Make it up. You can't make it up. Anyway, look. So let's step back a little bit here and look for what else we could expect moving forward. As part of a bunch of executive orders, the crypto industry is still waiting for some talk from the new guy to see what's going to happen here. But just understand how this is going to play out. Cryptocurrencies will be used as the bridge into the new system. Period. If you have any thought to the contrary, then again, you gotta readjust your compass here. Now, with regard to debts and deficits, and with regard to the Federal Reserve working with the new president-elect, now he's actually a selected president, sorry about that, to vastly reduce the purchasing power of the currency, is it going to be enough? And I've been thinking about this over the past several weeks, and we've mentioned it here on this blog. Is it going to be enough to prop up the stock market? That really is the question here. It's not a matter of the economy. You have to understand, the economy of the world it's over. It's buried. Put some more nails in the coffin because it's just done here. Is it going to be enough easy money pumped into the system to keep the stock market propped up? I mean, that is really the question here. We all understand that the financial sector of the market has the potential, depending on how much deregulation takes place, and I believe it's going to be extensive. If enough cash is pumped into the financial sector, it could be enough to boost the stock market. Again, you got to look at defense stocks. You got to look at space stocks. This is stuff you got to look at here. Moving forward, this should make sense to you. With regard to a payment system for cryptocurrencies, okay, it's already, again, don't take my word for this. Listen to Moynihan here, this guy. They're ready. They stand ready to implement it. It's already been set up. It's just a matter of the go-ahead. So could it be today? Could it be tomorrow? Next week? Who freaking knows? It's gonna happen. and along with deregulation, it's going to be a free for all. So pretty much this is where we are at now. With regard to gold and silver, people, what's going to happen here? The environment, they're going to try desperately, and they're probably going to be successful, again, depending on how much they punish the purchasing power of the currency here. Moving forward with the promises of low rates, central banks are going to cut multiple times this year. Depending on where that look. Gold and silver, in my opinion, are the places to be. On top of everything else that we've discussed here, you got to continue to bet against the system in a massive way. Massive way. But you also need to have some cryptocurrency here in your portfolio. I've been telling you this for, I don't know, years and years. The deregulatory environment, the merging of cryptocurrencies with the banks, this is going to happen to a greater degree faster moving forward. So what are you going to take away from all this here? Really not much has changed. We can still expect to see massive currency devaluation on an epic scale. Epic moving forward. The question is, again, is it going to be enough? More dependency on the system must be created here. Obviously, I think, look, all this stuff, we talked about this prior, and this is where we're at here. With regard to defense stocks, look, man, this is you guys and girls. I've already said this from years ago, and I will not be putting cash into defense stocks. I can tell you right now. I don't feel that's just my thing. Okay, you guys and girls, and look, I understand the game that we need to play here. But Trump lifting the ban on 2,000-pound bombs being shipped to Israel and used by Israel should tell you something here. With regard to the entire system is so twisted right now, people. I don't know what else to tell you. But that's just my take on this. You guys and girls can do whatever you want. With regard to the market, again, this is what we're looking for. We need to retake the December high. This is the S&P 500. And then we need to settle at it and then see where it goes from there. So for my lines out here, just be very cautious, all right? And that's kind of where we're at. Are we on the same page? I think most of us are here. This is we're going to see people a new era of easy money like you've never seen before. And bank deregulation under the new guy. So just be ready for it. And again, I don't think that we need to change our strategy because we've been doing the right thing for years. So we're going to continue to do what we're doing. You get it? Does this make sense to you? All right, love you all from the heart. I mean that with all I got. Please comment here. Let me know what you think about this. Good or bad thing that with regard to everything that's going on. All good or all bad, or what do you see going on? Let me know. Love you all from the heart. I'll see you later, 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern for the live stream, all right?